What's up, guys? Tony the GM with another quarterback video. I'm not going to sit here and cut tape for you, okay? I'm not. Listen to what I have to say. This is very important. The, the NFL constantly misses on quarterbacks at an alarming rate. The first thing an NFL team has to do is look at their own team and see if they're ready to draft a quarterback. As a Jet fan, they do have some pieces in place where they could spend the second pick in a draft on a quarterback. As long as they come back and they sign a good free agent offensive guard or center and maybe draft a guard or center in this draft. They need a wide receiver too. You could go with a vet to help the kid, grow. Now, where do you pick a quarterback? You got to go to the right tree, guys. Okay, the NFL failed miserably by picking Zach Wilson, an overhyped quarterback from a perfect situation. You know who else had a perfect situation? Trey Lance. Now I want you to pay attention. This is incredible how they constantly miss. You have tool sets. Okay, Trey Lance, height and weight's fine. Okay, he only played 1 year of college football. That's number one. Okay, the talent is undeniable when it comes to a tool set. Great running quarterback, enough arm. The problem is that he came from a system. Look what he does all day, wide open, right? Pay attention, guys. What's the problem with Trey Lance? First off, you picked him off of a team that was a perfect situation to put up college stats. I want you to go look at North Dakota State's offensive line and see how many of those offensive linemen that he had in 2019 played in the pros against not so great competition. Okay? The North Dakota State didn't play high-end competition, and the majority of their offensive line was very, very highly rated. Definitely one of the best lines in the country. They also had a wide receiver who was drafted into the pros, Watson. Now, here's the thing. If you're picking a quarterback, you can't go with tool set alone because obviously the tool set's there for Trey Lance. Okay? You also need to take a hard look at where you're picking them from. Now, I am very deep into Drew Aller. Look at where Trey Lance played. Look at where Drew Aller plays and the amount of help he's getting from his team. 2024, if he came out, he would have been a first round pick. He had Warren. That's it. Warren's not a gazelle, okay? He doesn't have top-notch speed. Allen never had players that could help spread the field for him. Now, getting back to Trey Lance, this is important. What do you look for? You need to look for multi-progressions, okay? He does a lot of good things when it comes to hitting his deep ball and stride. But look at the amount of time, okay? Look at the separation. Look where he's going. He already knows exactly where he's going. His receivers are just much better than the defenders that they're playing against. Now, you keep on looking. Does he extend the play? Look at this. It's like he's playing backyard football. Now, the 49ers traded up to get Trey Lance. Now, the 49ers happen to have a great coach. Okay? They thought that the skill set alone, they could work with it and try to grow, help him grow. If it worked, he would have been an absolute great pick, right? But the thing is, there's so much more. Look at him extend the play, but look at the outcome. The receiver's wide open. You're missing so much with Trey Lance on his college film because the pressure was really non-existent. All he's doing is protected pocket, vertical routes. He's not doing a lot of timing plays. There's no anticipation out patterns. It's a see it, throw it quarterback. These are major warning signs. You can't find a complete route tree for Trey Lance. You can't. Now, you could go back and compare it to Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was the same exact problem in college. Perfect support. Okay? The difference between Trey Lance and Zach Wilson is Trey Lance wasn't an overextended athlete. Okay? That's one of his only precious throws. But look at them. They're all the same type of throws. Now, Trey Lance is not an overextended athlete. His athleticism plays in the pros at a top-notch level. Okay? What do teams do? Zach Wilson was the most overrated quarterback of the past who knows how many years. Zach Wilson came into his 2020 season, a COVID season, what not looking like anywhere close to a college quarterback previous to that. The first game of Zach Wilson's 2020, the announcers of the BYU football team said that Zach Wilson went home and studied Aaron Rodgers. They planted seeds, guys. Zach Wilson rolled out right and threw a little cross-body throw in front of him for like 7, 8, 9 yards. And they started raving about his off-platform Mahomes-type play. The play they showed was something that was on every quarterback's tape. One of the simplest plays you could make. They sold you on the fact that a quarterback who never made off-platform throws was the next Mahomes. What came next, guys? He drops back, throws a little 30-yard go route up the right sideline. Okay, a simple pass protected. He's the next Josh Allen. They planted seeds, and you guys bought the hype. Zach Wilson was an overextended athlete without elite arm strength. He didn't have elite arm strength, guys. What he has is a quick throw-in motion, and he throws it at the highest of his level all the time. The reason is because he has to compensate for his lack of high-end NFL ability. They told you he had arm strength, but nothing on tape shows it. He just throws the ball hard all the time. Zach Wilson couldn't throw with touch. And he also had major depth perception issues. But the NFL bought the hype. I've been making quite a few videos. My next thing is height and weight. Over 6'2", 6'2 and a half, let's say, quarterbacks, and under 6'2 and a half quarterbacks. Tons of quarterbacks have been drafted. Everybody claiming, let's draft this guy, let's draft that guy. Look at this play. I can make that throw at 60 years old, guys. Okay? What are we looking at? What do people constantly do? Do you want to go draft Chambliss, who played 8, 9 games in college at a high level? Who has nothing on tape other than some broken play, extended plays? That's not what makes a quarterback draftable, guys. Do you want to watch Ty Simpson? You think he's an actual NFL quarterback? He's looked horrible in the majority of his games. He's an overextended athlete just like Zach. He can't hit an in-stride target down the field just like Zach. But you guys want to draft Ty Simpson. Now, under 6'2 quarterbacks who made it, who didn't have elite arm strength, 2 or 3 made it, okay, between 2000 and 2021. A few, Tua would have been considered, but now, he has an injury history, so you don't know. He did have one or two nice seasons, but he also had great receivers, great protection those 2 years, and he does throw a decent deep ball. Drew Brees and Andy Dalton are the only ones without plus arms that made it. So you're telling me 270 quarterbacks, 275 quarterbacks were drafted between 2000 and 2021, and two of them had extended careers plus franchise quarterbacks? And you guys want to pick Ty Simpson, Diego Pavia, Nussmeier as NFL quarterbacks in the first round, second round? No, guys. Okay. How many quarterbacks 6'2" and a half and over without plus Trent made it? Okay. Pennington, well, injury history, but good quarterback. Ryan, Rivers, okay. 3 or 4. 281 quarterbacks, 270 quarterbacks drafted, 3 or 4 made it with that level of skill set. Do you really think Mendoza is an elite quarterback talent? Mendoza falls into the Pennington and Ryan and all of these quarterbacks were not the best skill set. But you know what? Mendoza doesn't have a high-end vertical output where he's hitting receivers in stride downfield. Mendoza was undraftable in the previous year. Okay? There's a lot to like about Mendoza, and he is a first-round pick, but he's a mid to late first-round pick, guys. You constantly miss on the NFL. Now, you could keep on looking. How many plays were to a tight window throw? Okay? How many? I mean, seriously. Now we're looking at Ty Simpson. How many plays, okay, does this kid have on a vertical route consistently? Okay? It's a huge miss, guys, okay? Ty Simpson is nowhere near a first-round quarterback. I'm going to say it all day. There's only 4 quarterbacks in this draft, okay? Taylor Green has a huge skill set, played high-end level competition, and deserves a very nice shot in the NFL to be developed. Okay, Taylor Green, that's number 1. Mendoza has work ethic, and he's very coachable. Okay, he's also a bright kid. He deserves, he should get drafted mid-first to late first to a team that could actually help him. Sawyer Robertson and Drew Aller are the best quarterbacks in this draft, guys. And it's not even, Drew Aller is a generational talent, and you guys are going to miss this, guys. Okay? He didn't have support. He has every tool for a passing quarterback, a pocket passer. Okay? He does everything well. And you guys are looking up the wrong tree. You will continue to fail at the quarterback position, guys. Now, take care.